Mexico, where a disturbing revelation by Amnesty International shows the use of torture by local officials. With reaction from victims of authorities' tactics, here's our correspondent in Mexico, Clayton Kahn.
In 2012, Claudia Medina was violently taken from her home in Veracruz by elements of the army, accused of being part of organized crime. She says she was tortured and sexually abused for 3 days and incarcerated for a month.
When they gave me thousands of electrical shocks, the volume of music would rise. They would put loud music, and so when they would raise the music, the electrical shocks they gave me would intensify.
Although many of the charges were dropped and she was set free, Claudia decided to break her silence and denounce the authorities and presumed abuses.
When I was set free, I couldn't be quiet. I couldn't be like that at all. I began to search for help. So the first thing I did when I was free was to present a denouncement to the National Commission of Human Rights.
However, human rights lawyers affirm that the authorities do not follow proper legal protocol in investigating cases of presumed state-sponsored torture, leaving a high percentage of impunity.
With the denouncement of torture, an impartial, exhaustive, and immediate investigation was not done. That's what happened with Claudia. She denounced the torture, and 2 years after the torture, an investigation started.
This past week, the international human rights organization Amnesty International published a report stating that complaints of torture in Mexico have risen by 600% in the last decade. Human rights defenders call the issue systematic.
If we review between 2001 and 2014, we can see that these incidents are not isolated here in Mexico. It's a systematic policy of the institutions of security that are supposedly in charge of fighting crime and who use torture when they detain people.
In April, Mexico's Congress approved a series of reforms to the Military Justice Code, allowing military officials to be tried in civilian courts when suspected of torture. Yet in the last decade, only 7 torturers have been convicted. Clayton Kahn, Telesur, Mexico City.
And thanks to Clayton, the United